Hello, everybody. I'm Denaru.
And I am FallMonkey20. Welcome, everybody. So, tonight we continue our adventures in Stonehaven. After the party had a perilous fight in the mines against the Umber Hulk and a few Ankegs, they emerged victorious, the new heroes of the town. Now, the heroes are wanting to take a little bit of a rest after such a crazy encounter. As they all woke up in the inn, some a little more hungover than others. They woke to the twins found they were given a decent reward of gold to everybody.
Who actually stay up and drank?
Did any of us actually drink? Emrock, did you stay at the party or no?
Oh no. Nap.
Yeah, I guess.
Never mind, nobody's hungover.
Yeah.
The townspeople are though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maddie, Luna, you two were safe, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, both of them went up.
Yeah, both of them got out first. But anyway, so, after Marcus finishes his breakfast and takes his share of gold, like, great. I got a project I gotta work on, probably take me a day or so, yeah, I gotta get going. And he picks up his stuff and he's like, I'll beat Smiths if anyone needs me, and walks outside.
Good luck.
And Luna's just kind of like, yeah, I'm exhausted from nearly dying, so she just gets up and walks upstairs.
I mean, that's understandable.
Alright, don't bother me, I'm going to take a nap.
If you need me, don't.
Yeah.
So, the three of you are left downstairs with a decent bit of gold and free time on your hands. What shall y'all do?
Yeah. If you have anything that you want to do?
In this town that's been suffering so bad, did I happen to notice anything like supplies, like potion supplies?
You didn't really look for it. You definitely didn't notice just some healing potion supplies laying around.
Alright. Well, yeah, if I can't find that, I'm just gonna go and loosely stand guard outside the mine. Just off and on throughout the day.
Okay.
Actually, that's another thing. We reported the rift. How long will it take them, like somebody, to come by and look at it?
Alright. Well, since they don't have a messengers guild in town, they have to send someone to actually go to another town to first deliver the letter. Then the letter has to get to the Golden City. Then after that, it's whenever they dispatch one. So you don't really have much of an idea.
A long time.
Possibly.
Yeah. And that's if the message isn't intercepted.
Yep. Yeah, it's a week at minimum. A week and a day, possibly. If they're really on it.
Got
Or what was that?
I said we've got time.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what you want to do, Maddie?
I'm not quite sure.
Hey. Is there any kind of like message board in this town? Or like a task board or anything that people need?
Do you ask the barkeep that?
Yeah, I guess I'll ask the barkeep that.
Not really. Got an announcement board, but that's about it. But now that you mention it, I just remembered the town. I guess the best way to put it, the town bookworm, Norman. He was wanting to actually talk to y'all.
You have an idea of what about?
Not sure. He approached me this morning and asked if y'all are awake yet. I told him you weren't. He got impatient and just left. So I'm not sure what he wants. Apparently, he tried to come to the party tonight. He saw the people. He decided against it.
Okay. Where would we find him?
He lives kind of close to the edge of town in a decent-sized little house. Pretty dusty though. It'll be hard to miss it. It's basically going to be a little shack with a light on inside.
Oh, well, thank you for the tip.
No, no trouble. I mean, I should still be thanking you, you know? Just relaying a message.
So, like, I can go up to Maddie and Emrock, kind of exchange what I was told and ask if it's something that they would be interested in.
Yeah, might as well. Better.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he was called a local bookworm kind of worries me a little bit, though. I feel like he knows something. But then again, we are looking for some knowledge. What the heck. So, I guess we head that way?
Alrighty. So you head to the edge of town. It doesn't take you long. Eventually, you weren't really sure what he could mean by that, but once you get to the edge of town, you notice one building in particular. It definitely has the dusty look he mentioned. All the houses in this area have actually been pretty well taken care of. As you know, it's a lot of tradesmen in the town. This building in particular looks pretty run down. Old siding that looks a little rotten and hasn't been replaced. It looks like the roof's been very sparsely patched. There's a broken window on the bottom floor. A few rotten boards are on the front porch of the building. It looks like the house has had better days, but you do see a light on inside the house.
Let's just go up to the door.
One second. And you hear some creaking floorboards in the inside. Then the door opens slightly, and you see a portly dwarf on the other side of it. Like, oh, the outsiders. Oh, I guess you got my message.
Yes. May the outsiders be insiders.
That's a joke. Yeah, come inside. Sorry about the place. He opens the door and lets you inside. It's a pretty dusty looking place. It looks like the place itself was a manor at some point. Now it's kind of this thrown together mess, but your senses are assaulted as you come in through the dust and everything. Your eyes are just taken aback by everything you see in this place. In particular, one thing that strikes you in particular is the torso down of the Umber Hulk is actually laying on the floor on top of a tarp, and you notice it's been crudely cut apart.
Oh.
You also see bits of the Ankeg laying around there. You see other bits of monster parts scattered around. You see one table in particular that looks like it was once a great dining hall table, completely covered in junk, books. vials, cobwebs, all sorts of junk.
All right. Seems like somebody's been doing some research.
Oh, yeah, that's what.
Oh.
I guess you could call me a curious fellow is the best way I can put it. As you get into the dim light, you kind of get a better look at him. Kind of a portly dwarf fella. You see he's got a mess of brown hair with gray streaks all the way through it. He's got a thick pair of bifocals on. Overall, pretty trimmed beard actually, but still got a little scruff on it. Just for a dwarf, it's pretty short.
I would like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cyrus. Presenting handshake.
Yeah. You see he kind of reaches in, puts a glove on his hand, and shakes your hand. Cyrus, Amarok the Goliath, Giant Folk, and Maddie the Human, question mark, has a twin, and there's another human around you, Mountain Folk.
Oh,
I asked around a lot about y'all.
but yeah, we don't know much about you.
Not much to say, just from a family of dwarven researchers, and that's really about it.
You at least have a name.
Yeah, Norman Seraph.
Oh.
Seraph families, we're just one of few families of dwarven researchers. I've been down here for a while. I was wanting to explore more of the lands, but I'm not much of an explorer type. I just try and gather what information I can through pacifiers.
And why do you ask about us in particular?
I was hoping to gather some information about the current specimens that were brought to me. I noticed the acid sacs out of all the end kegs were completely ripped out. I was
Look at Amarok.
It has its uses. Okay. I'm a practical
yeah.
man. I take what I need.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, that was going to be my plan, to take the acid sacs out and rebottle them and use them for various purposes, but someone beat me to it, so I was just kind of curious if there was any scholars in the group that I could possibly trade notes with. You know, I assume the said scholar was not the elf, but the giant folk.
I'm not really a scholar, say. Pick up.
Oh, I mean, you were able to take the acid sacs out and you still have your hands intact, unlike some of the hooligans around here. So you definitely proved yourself to be on the keen side, I would say. I just realized we've been standing in the living room. This is awkward. He kind of looks over to the dining room table and it's like, 1 second. You see him just quickly rifling around, unstacking books and other various things off chairs and scooting them all toward you. I am sorry. I have tea. I do have that. And he just kind of hurries away real quick.
Seems like a charming fellow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Fit. Yeah.
And he comes back. He makes 4 trips back, each giving you a new teacup each time. Like, I misplaced my tray somewhere. Then finally sits down across from you and just kind of sips on his tea. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad
Is
you
it actually good?
as good as
Is
tea
it
is.
actually good? Yeah.
I'm not a tea expert, so I'm just going to say it's tea.
Okay. Yes, the tea is made of tea.
Yeah.
Leafy.
Hey, wife, what kind of tea do you think this is? You're the one that knows tea.
Not too much. I don't know too much.
You know more than my zero. I know there's sweet tea and there's other tea.
There's oolong, there's chamomile, there's sleepy time.
There's iced tea. There's also iced tea, the rapper. I think he's a rapper. He's a person. He's kind of cool.
Well, it comes with the ice.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's it. This is regular tea in a cup. He's like, yeah, so, I was just hoping, to see some of your notes. I've never got a hold of one of these, giant creatures before. I was wanting to know, what are they like? Could I reproduce more acid? Can I make an acid farm? What can I do with this?
I don't think you really want to keep the pets, seeing as how they're kind of murderous giant insects.
Oh, I mean, I once had a pet cockroach as a kid. I'm sure I could have this as a pet.
Well, it has to
Couple
be
tons.
breeding.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm sure there could be a method of it. I don't want to mess with it myself. I'm happy with them dead. Don't misunderstand. It's just more of a divine curiosity, wanting to learn more about the said creatures. And I was.
Then
And
I'm
what do
sorry,
you actually
Lord.
want to learn about them?
Well, I just want to learn about as much things as I can. That's why we're alive, to learn and adapt every day.
Well, you'd love our other friend.
Oh, well, why isn't he here?
He's doing something.
yeah, he had some matters he had to attend to.
I'm sure a great scholarly work. I can't criticize him for that. Well, is there anything I can do for you, I guess? You can tell now he's clearly kind of nervous, just because you get he doesn't talk to people much. Now that his one prompt for talking to you is over, he's kind of like, oh crap, what do I do now?
Do you have any idea where these things have come from?
Oh, a word that has passed through me for some of the local riffraff is you guys found one of the rifts down there, and I was kind of curious about that myself. I've, being a dwarf, of course, we've studied the Earth plane and all of its glory and riches. You know, dwarfs wanting to go down there, getting crushed to death, or killed or enslaved by the Gen, fun stuff.
Oh yeah, different definition of fun there.
It ain't my cup of tea.
You know, honestly, I was planning on checking on the rift later today if you want to tag along.
Did y'all not get the joke? It was, yeah, no one got the joke. I should, he pulls out a piece of paper and writes down, note to self, jokes don't work.
I was giving you an out, buddy.
Well, is it safe? I also heard that, the person who went down there to gather the gold got a horrible headache and is actually bedridden right now.
Well, see, that's the thing with science, isn't it? No risk without reward and all that, or no reward without risk. One of the combination of words there.
I prefer mine from a safe, respectable distance.
I
Well,
prefer.
there's a chance to branch out.
I prefer if there's no reward than why risk.
Oh
For
well,
the discover.
knowledge is a reward in itself, but if I'm not alive to maintain and spread the knowledge, it's kind of pointless.
But then you
And,
also would never have known.
You just see a single bead of sweat just go down his face. Takes a big sip of tea. Well, I guess we could. I guess it would hurt.
Oh no, it could
Um,
hurt. Don't kid yourself on that. It could absolutely hurt.
Another bead of sweat goes down his face.
I feel like at this point we're just messing with this guy.
Oh yeah.
What's mine attire? I have a various bit of robes, and that's it. I think I have a tunic for special occasions somewhere.
Just something free moving that you can, run in if you have to. But just stay behind the bigger folk and you'll be okay.
Okay, stay behind you, got it. And a heavily armored miss that hasn't said a word this entire time.
She's just staring still.
Anyways, so okay, what do I need? And he stands up and he's like, I guess I'll need this, I'll need that. He kind of muttering to himself and walks away.
Does anybody have rope?
Yeah. Got rope and I got. And depending on how stupid y'all want to get today, I might try to use it.
I'm all game for something stupid.
All right.
I'm curious. Just want to see what happens. Wait, how'd I roll that twice? Huh. Okay, you hear him call downstairs. What was that about something stupid?
Scientific pursuits.
If you do not pursue knowledge, then your life is something stupid.
There's nothing stupid about science.
I'm defending you.
You just put science and stupid in the same category.
Against stupid. If you don't pursue knowledge and science, then it's something stupid. That's against.
He eventually comes downstairs. You see he just has the clothes he was wearing pulled up a bit to where his legs are a little more free, and he has a little backpack on, and he's got he's got a notebook in his hand and a pencil in the other. He's like, all right, let's go to the mine.
Like a little Marcus.
I love that he's literally girded his loins here. Oh goodness.
I mean, he is a little short, even for most dwarf standards. He's a bit hunched, too. Ramir's a bad posture. So he kind of, so he's like, all right, after you, bigger people.
After the bigger people?
All right.
Oh yeah,
Go.
I'm not going to mine first.
And I'm not a front man. So I'm just
Alright,
motion.
I
I'm not a tank.
I did. Okay. As y'all are walking to the mine, he pulls out one of his books and blows a bunch of dust off of it. If my hypothesis is correct, this this little portal should lead us to the should lead us to the plane of Earth, and in said plane, it could be very dangerous. And known for being crazy mine shafts, all that fun stuff. Also, in particular, said to have ever-shifting tunnels, earthquakes, collapses are normal, and one bastion of life there is a city floating above the place, and it's completely ruled by Jinn, and all other races there are slaves. So, fun stuff. Yeah, it's as going into the mine at that point, he's still talking. It's run by the Tao, and they're not good beings, is the best way to put it.
Actually, how often are these rifts?
This is the first one I know of. They'll appear occasionally. Problem with the rifts is sometimes they appear in areas where people don't normally go, as the nature of how big and untamed this world is.
So the question being is, how do you know so much about this Earth realm?
Did you ignore the fact that I been reading from a book this whole time?
Oh.
See, I even took notes here, and he pulls out like literal cliff notes he wrote in his own book.
So, do you have any book stating how they got to the Earth realm?
The Tao.
The Tao took them to the Earth realm?
Oh, you're talking about the slaves?
Yes. Also, the
Oh,
author of the book.
The author of the book is what's his name? Let me actually get my notes here to make sure I get this right. Author of this book in particular is his name was Sanwin, old explorer from the primeval period. It's pretty hard to find. This book is actually first edition too. So hands off. But yeah, essentially, through various means, some have been there to their entire life, to the point that they were literally born into the slavery. If you don't know, in particular, all of the elemental planes have Jinn that are known to hold slaves just through various means. The earth and the fire are the ones that have it the worst. They're the ones that are actually treated as slaves, while the water ones is kind of up in the air, but a lot of times they're known to live in happy servant lives. And the air, they're treated just as good as member of the family. So slave is a loose term for them, but all of them do partake in it. It's through various means. Either they'll go send groups to capture slaves. They'll capture people that are intruding in their realm. They'll like I said, they're born into it. Then there's also otherworldly slave markets, the most known being in the elemental plane of fire, there's the city of brass. It's the biggest slave market in the outworlds. You know, city of brass is the biggest market ever, really.
So, what's strange is that if a Jin did not cause this rift, what did?
I'm not always sure that's bleed.
At this point, I assume you actually get to the rift itself, and it's like, and at that point, he sits down, he pulls out another notebook and quickly sketches it on the ground. It doesn't say a word the entire time. Then when he's finally done, he's like, okay. So, the rift itself, as, well, I guess y'all aren't the scholarly types. The rifts just kind of form like either some being takes advantage of the fact that there could be a possible tear in the world and rips it open. Like they'll find a weak point where they think they could find access points in another plane using magic or rituals, or some monsters just use innate powers of theirs and rips open a hole, or some just naturally full and stupid insects like these would just crawl their way through, not realizing what they're doing.
So this tear was just sort of naturally made, then, is what you're suggesting.
Well, that's my hypothesis. That's why I say these creatures would be only native to the Earth realm, and they just kind of fell through. Kind of like that's how the Blood War really leaked onto our plane about roughly 600 years ago, and that's caused a war between the angels and devils on our world. And that was just by accident. It's not like they intended to go there. There's some to hypothesize otherwise, but yeah.
There was also something strange on the way here. We dealt with some elementals.
Did you? What kind? Then he pulls up another page on his notebook.
They're more of like a thunderous kind.
Those aren't from the Earth plane.
That's what I was wondering.
He writes and jots down a few notes. That's quite peculiar. Quite peculiar. Then there was incident, a fellow that I assumed was a Genasi that came through here, but
Genasi?
yeah, the children of Jin.
Are you talking about the guy in the red coat?
Yeah, red fella, as I've called him.
So you took notes on him, right?
Yeah, I take notes on everything that comes through his town that's of particular interest. In particular, I assumed it was chance that a fire elemental plane had opened, and then this happens. Then you tell me about lightning. That's strange indeed. Strange.
Because we were wondering, or at least I had, as you said, a hypothesis that he had something to do with this rift. But, maybe even worse, he had something to do with a different rift entirely.
He didn't carry any gear on him, and he was traveling. That implies he was either a merchant or a spellcaster. A very poor merchant, to be exact. Strange.
We also heard that he said that he was heading north. Does that ring any ring any bells to what he could be looking for?
Well, we're in a pretty southern part of the continent, so there's it's not a lot he could really not be going for. I mean, there's plenty of weird stuff to the south of here as well, but north's a pretty vague place in a continent as big as ours.
True, but if someone is not familiar with the plane of existence, why would you know to go north?
Well, a further hypothesis, perhaps he studied a bit about this plane before he got here, and there's something in particular he's looking for.
So that's the thing. Is now we have another hypothesis of a third rift, one of fire, and someone's looking for something from that plane.
Quite strange indeed.
Now, we sent word that there's a rift here. I'm sure you know that it'll probably take a while before someone gets here.
Huh, right. Riftologist and factor on Messenger Guild, which is something I've protested a lot in town, but they want to focus on making a freaking second distillery because that's going to make more money for the town.
Emmerich, aren't you involved with the Messengers Guild?
What?
Aren't you, involved with the Messengers Guild in any way?
I'm involved with the alchemy.
Ah, the Alchemist Guild. Okay, gotcha.
Wait, you said you weren't a scholar, but you're an alchemist?
I said I was involved with the alchemist guild, not that I was an alchemist. I said I have picked up tricks. I've learned things, but I don't classify myself as an alchemist.
I was about to say, they got one of the highest standards out of all the guilds. They don't just throw their title at anybody.
I'm not claiming that title either. I am more of a handyman for the alchemist.
Oh,
if you will.
okay, fine. Wait, you're gathering you're gathering acid. Are you hiding something from me?
Well, we all have a...
Fine, be elusive, whatever.
So, if one of us were to go into this little hole, it would be death, right?
I'm going to say it's a coin flip is my best answer for you. I'll be here to document it regardless.
And that's the thing, is at the other end of this, if the tunnels are constantly shifting, who's to say there's even a tunnel at the other end at all?
Walk out into a brick wall.
Yeah.
Or more likely, since you're teleported there, you'd be teleported inside of a wall, and the impact of it would probably crush your body and kill you instantly. Which would be a pretty unfortunate way to go. Very anticlimactic.
I feel like y'all are trying to tell me something here. I'm just picking up hints. Nothing's coming in clear yet.
I'm not stating anything. You just wanted me to come here with you, so here I am.
I do have a question about the red guy again.
Yeah, sure. What about him?
Do you know which direction he came from?
That I don't know. Just kind of showed up in town one day.
I have reason to believe that he didn't exactly know where he was.
Well, I mean, that was for sure. He asked he asked people in town where he was.
No one knows exactly where came from.
And I just came off the road.
Well, since you know so much about the Earth plane, how frequent do these bugs roam around it and attack the mine?
Like I said, it's ever shifting and ever changing. The bugs are also native to this plane. It's just, I assumed Earth because it's the only one I could think of where they'd actually be able to thrive. Really, bugs wouldn't really work on fire or water or air. I guess the Feywild or Shadowfell would be a possibility, but Earth's what made the most sense to me.
Is there any way to, I guess just by looking at it by further inspection, kind of, I don't know, guess what would be on the other side?
Outside of going through it, not really. Which, speaking of, that's number one. And he picks up a rock and throws it through it. He kind of waits a while, then jots down a note. Alright. We learned if you do hit a wall, you won't bounce back.
Good question. Are there any like support beams laying around that they would use to expand the mine here? Just long timber is what I'm looking for.
I'd say there would be from the insects roaming around. There'd be one that'd be busted.
I would like to pick that up, just slowly drive it through about halfway and then pull it back out.
Alright.
Do I get a whole beam back? Oh.
You do, actually.
Oh. Did I feel anything through?
Okay, first one was 91, the second one was a 6. No, you don't.
I'm just gonna look at him and gesture at the beam.
Alright, test number 2. It isn't the fire plane, because that thing would be on fire right now. And also seems you won't go into a wall, so that's nice as well.
Let's see, how big is this hole?
The hole itself is about a 5x5 hole.
So about dwarf size.
Are we all just staring at him now?
Oh, I'm not going through there. Y'all have fun.
We have rope.
I'm not going through there. Y'all have fun. I'm happy taking my notes out here.
But wouldn't you get the most amount of knowledge by witnessing something firsthand? You yourself could write a book on the short experience. We'll pull you out.
I'm good. I've written plenty of books.
Any of them you are known for?
No.
Exactly.
Are we taking part in assisted suicide here?
No.
Mr. Elf, I've been bullied my whole life. I will not take this peer pressuring.
I'm not trying to peer pressure you. I'm trying to help better your research.
You're trying to get me to do something I don't want to do, and I am calling that bullying.
I mean, I think you do want more knowledge on the subject, don't you?
Not going into a plane, no.
A plane that you have read so much about.
I'm gonna solve this discussion here. I'm gonna go find, well no, I'm gonna tie the end of the rope to the halberd handle about midways, and then the other end to the chain, which I wrapped around myself. I'm gonna walk over to Maddie, just look at her. Here, you're probably the stoutest one of the ones here. Hang on to this end. Okay. Are you taking the halberd? She's gonna let me float away in the parachute.
Anything.
Maddie?
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, now we
There
hear
you
you.
go. She's shocked by the amount of trust I put in her. Did you catch any of
Behind
that?
Hello?
Can you not hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
how much of that did you catch?
It was quiet for a minute, and then I was like, did everybody die?
Yes, potentially.
Yeah, there's a Trask on the other end of the portal.
Yep.
Ah,
Brief summary is I've tied the rope and chain together, tied it to the halberd, and handed the halberd to you.
you want me to chunk it?
I want you to hold the halberd.
Oh. Okay.
The other end is tied to me.
Only
You want
one
me to-
issue.
Pull on it. At
I
some
want
point.
you to make sure if I get sucked through, I don't go far.
Okay.
You're putting me in a dilemma here. Is it... Should I suggest something else? Or should I just see how this goes?
I'm not completely suicidal. I'm planning on slowly doing this, but
You guys don't know how weak I am in the strength category. In case I need to help.
Oh, my strength's good. I just... Out of character, I just hope I don't roll bad.
But yeah, to increase survivability, I'm going to just look dead, just straight in the little dwarf man's eyes, like, here's one of my secrets, and just transform.
Oh, that's interesting right there. Are you about to kill me? That's why you're showing me
Furious
this?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to walk up to the portal and just, I don't know, which hand do I not need? Left hand, just slowly touch it and then push through. I ain't walking through, just slowly pushing through.
All right.
This is gonna hurt. I'm gonna get the wall. Oh.
So, you go through. It's quiet for a second, but as soon as you put your hand through, it's like you're pulled straight through. It's not even a slow process.
I'm resisting.
As you go-
It's pulling.
As you go through the other side, you're surprisingly just hit by a bright light and just blowing wind. But it's not a light you're used to. It seems to be a sourceless light just coming from everywhere. And you look around. You're in a huge desert, just far as the eye can see. You can't see anything but flat land. And you're just kind of confused for a second. But then you look up and you see this ginormous floating city above you, somehow suspended off the ground miles above you, but still chained to the ground around you. But you are definitely not on the main plane anymore.
Alright, just as quick as I can, take in everything that I can see, and then just walk back through.
Okay. As you are taking in everything, you do feel the ground to rumble around you a bit. And actually, as you do, you see you see bursting out of the ground, you see this giant purple head and this giant gaping mouth start to arc its way out of the ground and look down at you.
Yeah, like, that's a no. I'm running. That's
Alright.
just no.
You see the giant head just come down at you as you jump through the portal, and you just hear this explode, a giant a thud sound behind you as you go through the portal.
So basically, I walked out into doom.
Yeah, essentially. You come back to Norman just writing down furiously, like, werewolf, what'd you see?
That's it's a lot. It was a floating city. It was a just vast desert, as far as you can see. Thing is just a giant purple worm thing.
He just kind of shuts his book and just starts running.
I like to
Like a
Misty
wave?
step in front of him. Where are you going?
You hear? There's a purple worm. Why aren't you running? I don't want to be next to this thing if it comes through there.
But could it go through that tiny little portal?
Well,
You're the knowledgeable one. Think rationally.
I don't want to find out.
So you are starving yourself of the knowledge that you could gather from experience, such an experience as this.
Suddenly we're hit with a wall of meat as it hits hits the portal and can't fit through and just cuts a section out.
How much experience would we get for that? Actually, I feel like Amrock would get all the experience on that one.
Oh god.
Luring. That'd be a smart way to farm experience, but y'all just jump right to level 10, probably.
Marcus comes back. He's like, "So what'd I miss?"
Yeah. So, oh, you're making everything in my body scream. Okay, real quick, werewolf person, I feel like you've lied to me again, because I think the Alchemist Guild has done some weird and twisted things to you. That's not normal, and I don't appreciate this this berating of my character in Quest for Knowledge. I learned a lot today. I just want to go home.
And I thought you were a scholar. Want to know more.
Alright, you clearly are trying to bully me now, and I don't appreciate this.
We are mean. We are absolutely the worst. The important thing is you've survived and you've learned something new.
I'm more worried about you. You just walked in there with a freaking purple worm and nearly got eaten, but you saw the legendary city of the Tao. That was interesting, and you didn't get eaten or turned into a slave. Good for you.
Now, learn from this. You take risks, but you take calculated risks. Okay?
I learned I don't want to go through mysterious portals.
But just imagine what you could have written if you saw that vast desert that he was talking about.
I've seen drawings. I'm good.
Look, the point I'm trying to make here is, what I did was incredibly stupid, okay? Like, I'm not going to deny that. Yeah. But, you take your own calculated risk. Not necessarily on this grandiose of a scale, but get out there more. You can only learn so much from books.
You're right, but still.
Plus, don't you want your name to be on a book that someone else reads? Imagine inspiring someone else to
I just
strive for
wanted
knowledge.
to I wanted to clarify. You're lecturing me as a werewolf, and it's very scary.
Yeah, I'm doing like the little like the Italian hand speak with claws the whole time.
Don't you want to learn?
Thirst for knowledge. One hypothesis complete. This is a portal to the Earth Realm. That's interesting. Yeah. It's kind of curious place for it, as big as the plane is under Earth, but yeah, whatever. Also, Amrock, you said it was a desert, right?
Yeah.
Not much like a tunnel.
No.
Well, there is a top to it, like as you described, the floating city up there. That was the city of the Tao. It's a floating city chained above the land itself. There's millions of miles of tunnels underneath the Earth there, but there is that point where the Earth has an end, and there's the top of it. It isn't like the plane of air where it's only air. There is a top to it.
So,
Like the
is it
plane
not...
of water has a top to it as well.
Yes, but is it weird that the portal was on top and not just in a random, naturally occurring, randomized tunnel?
Yeah, that was the point I was thinking. That adds another layer to it of if it was made by someone, that'd be more likely. But at the same time, if it was made by someone, why wouldn't it be made safely in the confines of the city?
Escaped slave, maybe.
Mm.
Push it as far as you can from the city where it's safe to do magic where you don't get noticed.
Possibly, but for an escaped slave to have the resources to make a rift portal like that, it'd be an interesting slave. Very talented one.
Was the portal attached to anything?
You know, I didn't really look once the giant mouth started coming at me.
Yeah, that is fair.
It was kind of priority one there once it appeared.
I'm glad you chose your life.
It kind of blots out the sun, all else, all prospects of a bright future.
It was pretty big.
And other planes can be kind of taxing on a person, from what I've told. So, it's a good thing you weren't in there for too long.
I'd have been wormed.
It had been taxing in being in the digestion system of a creature. You'd get more vials of acid,
Oh yeah, more like that.
stomach acid.
Purple worms actually secrete poison. They have a stinger because they weren't terrifying enough.
Even better.
Yeah, it's actually one of the most deadly poisons out there, outside of an ancient green dragon poison. I shouldn't be saying that. That's just going to make you even more interested in going there, you psycho.
Oh,
I'm just really interested in learning.
Fair.
you're just an agent of mayhem, aren't you?
Maybe. Isn't it taken 12 episodes for you guys to realize that?
Anyways, I thank you for this little adventure you have taken me on, but I think we have learned all we can today about this set portal, and I don't want to know if the purple worm has any smaller friends that may pop through here in a moment's notice.
Ooh, they're sentient and have friends.
Well, they do have nests, so it could be, I don't want to think about that. And he just, closes his book again and starts to walk out of mine again, trying to walk around you.
I let him pass.
I was about to say, if you burn every caster Misty Step on him, oh. Hey. He kind of hurriedly walks out of the dungeon, then what do y'all do?
Should we get out of here?
Now that we've significantly scarred the local populace, what shall we do now?
It's okay, nobody believes him anyways. I say this like
Just
only to them.
Just a local nerd, who cares what he thinks?
But, so, we've learned that it is a rift to another plane of existence. This is 100% guaranteed. And is to
We
the
have a
Earth.
lead on who may have opened it.
Even,
Someone involved with.
yeah, exactly. Like, and even if that person didn't do it, there might be another rift somewhere that he did cause. We have to find out if he created another rift or not. Because this one's going to be taken care of. What about the other one? And even then, did we deal with a rift? And is it not closed? On the way here?
At this point, I don't. I'm just along for the ride.
Fair enough.
I miss the days when this the bad guy hit him with the metal bit. And now it's suddenly portals to different worlds and everything got complicated.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like it was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything came complicated as soon as we got those letters.
Yep.
And the sad thing is, I feel like this is related.
When is it not? When is life never? I don't want to think about it. I want to have a nice, relaxing evening. I've done my portal diving. Alright.
That is true. You did see a purple worm. And you survived. That's impressive.
Pursuit of knowledge.
Exactly.
Dangerous thing.
I guess where should we head out? Or where should we head to?
See what the town has to offer.
Yeah.
Remember them mentioning it.
Because as we pass, like outside of the mine, just kind of yell towards Norman. Just be like, "Well, thanks so much for the help, and I hope we quenched your thirst of knowledge."
He's actually waiting outside the mine for you. He's like, "Oh, hey, glad y'all made it out. I'm still interested in a lot of things, but today, today's been quite a journey for me. I am definitely happy for today."
Well, is there anything that you would want to know tomorrow?
Unless there's just any various bits of knowledge y'all think y'all know that you'd like to pass on to me, nothing's come to mind about the local area.
I don't have any questions for him. Do any of you?
I'm good.
I don't think we're fine here.
Oh, all right then. You guys have a lovely evening.
You
Just
too.
guys sitting there, wait. He's just sitting there, still outside the mine. Then when y'all start walking back to town, he still follows you.
He's scared to walk home alone. Oh,
Do you want us to take you somewhere?
Oh no, I'm just gonna break off as soon as we get back to my house.
Oh, okay.
Y'all
we've been
carry
going
on.
by his house.
Yeah, it's close to the back gate.
Okay. I was about to say we just go the complete opposite direction just to be spiteful and just have him wondering.
I want to go home. There's a purple
Are we
worm.
there?
Like it ain't quest NPC you never turn in and they just follow you around forever.
Yeah, yeah, he eventually breaks off, gets back to his house. He quickly hurries up the stairs, shuts the door, and you hear a latch behind him as he gets inside.
Oh,
Oh,
that's just rude.
he thinks that's going to stop a purple worm.
I think he's more scared of the werewolf that just transformed in front of him and never transformed back.
Oh yeah. I'll drop that. I'm trying to work people up to the idea, okay?
I figured you'd drop that. It only lasts for... Wait, how long does it last, the fear thing? For an hour,
An
okay.
hour.
Oh. That's a long transformation.
It's a long transformation, yeah.
So much better than Barbarian.
Yep, you can transform hybrid form for 1 hour. Speak, use equipment, wear armor.
It does have some drawbacks in comparison to Barbarian, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Like vulnerabilities.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's a good point for us to have a little midway break.
Alright. Hey everybody, and we are back.
Okay. Okay, welcome everybody. So, you guys are you guys still have time of day to do stuff. It's only about it's only a little bit past lunchtime now, as y'all spend a little time exploring in town. So now, what would y'all like to do?
I guess knock on his door, try to convince him we're not all giant, scary, insane people, and ask him for help again.
You can go back to the bookworm.
Okay. Alright, so y'all go back to Norman's house that y'all are still standing outside of?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you approach this?
See.
Apologize for being abrasive and very out there.
It's a possibility.
Possibility. But also, we realized that he would probably be the best person for us to kind of ask about these strange phenomenons that we've had to deal with on our travels. Maybe he would like to know a little bit more about them.
Yeah. If y'all want to, that's an option.
Yeah.
I mean, Amarok can apologize.
I will apologize for being who I am. Okay. Thank me for that.
No, I'm just saying that
sorry
Cyrus
for existing
isn't.
in the capacity that I do.
I'm just saying Cyrus isn't going to apologize. But yeah, just pretty much a knock on the door.
Okay. There's just a quiet, like, what do y'all want? Y'all just left.
Look, we had to make sure you could handle some of the things. Admittedly, you didn't handle some of it greatly, but you done well enough. So, first I'm going to apologize for the maybe overstepping that I did, the sudden appearance and all that. But I need you unsettled to see how you'd react. To your credit, you did actually stay. We think you can help.
What kind of initiation have I gone through on?
Oh, the best kind to be in the group here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we were talking about rifts, and we weren't fully surprised that, of what you were telling us, so it feels like we're kind of on the quest for these things.
Knowing how you kind of wouldn't let me leave the mine, I'm very hesitant to open the door now.
Mm.
Yeah. I have this feeling you're gonna try and bully me into going with you now, and I don't want to.
We actually don't have anywhere to go.
Wait, you're staying in this town?
Huh, for today.
Just for a bit.
You can't stay here. There's no beds aside from my own.
No.
We don't want to stay with you. We need your help. You might know things that we need, is what I'm saying. If you have questions for us about some things that we might know, we'll fill you in as best we can.
And together we can
And-
figure out what the heck is happening.
By questions, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
You have pretty much your own personal library, correct?
Yes, very heavy quotations on personal.
Well, what would you say that the mass majority of the things that you study are?
Well, to be blunt, I'm a dwarf, so that's why I knew so much about the Earth plane. So, while it's not my favorite subject, it's a readily available thing to me. Know a decent bit about history, some local stuff. That's, I guess, my main wheelhouse.
So
But there's something you have in mind, clearly. What do you want to know about?
Alright, we've had run-ins with... Have you ever heard of the Ant? It's apparently a local folk tale.
Yeah.
Heralds, doom and gloom and all that. Well, we've apparently seen it. We've also seen the Storm Weaver, which is the giant insect god. We've had a lot of experiences in the last couple of weeks, but quite frankly are over our head, and we need to find out as much as we can, as fast as we can, to help combat them. That's why we're coming to you, because you seem to know a little bit about everything. We need what you know. I'm not asking you to do more than what you're comfortable with. We just need you to share what you do know.
And we're not going to force you out of your house.
Amarok, make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Where's... one. Ooh, I need that. Yeah. Like I said, I have the tact of a wet piece of bread.
Oh, Matt, I'm a little curious. I haven't done much studies in religion, but I haven't heard much of this animal you speak of either. But maybe you'll have some luck with the local priest in town, being one who studies religions and all.
Fair enough.
Also, would you know a way somebody could, learn some other languages?
Not easily, no. Languages don't. It's usually quite a process to learn a language. There's a lot of them as well, so yeah.
Just wondering if you had any books in different languages other than Common, but I guess we won't pester you too much more.
I appreciate that.
I do trust that you keep the small we talked about to yourself, correct?
Of course. I do keep everything in my books, so if someone finds all this info one day, there's someone in my family I'll probably share it with, but that's neither here nor there. You shouldn't really be turning into a werewolf in front of people that you don't want to know about it.
Well, I'm trying to warn people up. Okay? Just cause
Yeah,
a few bad decades shouldn't cast the whole species.
It's true, but this there's some people around here that were still in gone to war with them within the last last century.
Yeah, but it seemed like you'd use the knowledge wisely.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Not tell anyone.
I don't really talk to people to begin with. I don't know why you're so worried about me.
Oh, I'm not. We have a werewolf.
You literally
Wow.
hear a thud against what you estimate is his head against something. I will see all of you later.
Have a great night. Don't let the purple worms bite.
Just this constant question in the back of my mind here. Are we the bad guys? Oh god.
But he did mention that there's a local priest. Maybe
We have a lead.
Exactly. I mean, who else is going to be doing this work anyways?
We need to hire scribes to do this for us because we're bad at it.
I think it's going perfectly well. Because if it went smoothly, it would be
Alright.
entertaining.
Oh yeah. So, are we off to harass the priests now? Get excommunicated?
Sounds like something fun for Marcus to walk in on, so yeah.
mm. So you guys had to so you guys start to make your way in a little bit more into town, and kind of close to where the blacksmith lived, which you notice seems to be a little more center of industrial stuff. You do find a building on it that does say Temple of August, but it doesn't seem much different than what some of the other workshops look like. So that kind of stands out a bit to you. But the building itself seems to be very well made. It's seems to be finely made out of finely crafted stone. It's got beautiful engravings of fires and forges decorated across the front of marble work of it. Very high feeling.
Oh. Do we introduce ourselves?
Might as well. We haven't harassed them yet, so.
Yeah, it's not like, Norman's gonna spread word that we arrest him either.
Let's go in.
So you go inside, and once you go inside, it looks like it's a pretty vast workshop going on.
Interesting.
A workshop currently doesn't seem to be in order as it would be, but in particular, you you see a fellow just kind of sweeping up with one arm, as you see his other arm's in a sling, and he kind of looks up to all of you. He's a human. Looks like he's in his mid-50s, pretty well built. He's wearing light priestly robes, and you see he has an emblem. He has an emblem of a forge embroidered on the front of his robes. And he's like, "Oh, can I help you?"
Yes. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Cyrus.
Cyrus, Amarok. And a follower of Lester. Don't get many of them around this area.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Oh, Maddie. And this is Luna.
Luna's asleep.
She stands on one side, I'm Maddie, and then she switches to the other side and goes, I'm Luna.
He's very quiet.
I just go up to him and it's like, she's used to having her twin with her.
I see. Quite interesting. I've never been to Ozamar before, so I guess you folk are just a tad bit different than us. Anyways, he kind of sets the broom. He sets the broom down, and it's like, welcome to my humble shop. I apologize, it's not really in working order right now. As you can see, I was part of the raid on the mines that resulted in many injuries. I was one of them, as you see. So I definitely appreciate what you did for our town.
Oh, I'm glad we could help. We actually found out that exactly what was going on, and it's a little disturbing, but hopefully the Order will get here and take care of the rift shortly.
Yes, definitely been praying for that, and been praying for delivering from stagnant period of ours, and August has blessed me. He's brought all of you to my place. So, if there's anything I could do for you, just let me know. I feel this town is in your debt.
I have a few, actually, religious questions.
Oh, of course. Come to the back. I have the actual little chapel area back there, if you'd like.
Sure. I guess we just follow him to the back.
Yeah. Carefully stepping over all the organized chaos of the workshop.
Yeah. As you make your way to the back, you he opens the pair of double doors in the back, and you see it opens up to a decent-sized little chapel, and you see an altar at the end, and you see a huge forge back there. It looks like it's a bit of a sacrificial. Looks like it's kind of made of a bit of a sacrificial pyre, but also in the semblance. Also, you see it's obviously shaped to be a forge. And he gets up to one of the pews and sits down. He's like, what can I do for you? I'm a trained priest, so I know various religious services.
Do you want to take this one?
Heck, I can't talk. I am bad at it.
He looks to the other religious person in the room. He sees the holy symbol of Cordell around your neck, and he's like, Paul Cordell. Don't get many of them around here either. But looks to the paladin where it's like, what can I do for you, miss? I assume you're on a pilgrimage or something. Maddie, is your mic still working? Or might have one that's acting up.
Hello?
Hey,
There you are.
hey, did you hear what I asked?
No.
The priest looks to you and he's like, when no one else was speaking up to him, and Cyrus is letting one of y'all take it. He's like, being a fellow paladin in the room, I take it it's you to need some help. Are you on a pilgrimage or something?
She looks over. She's like, are we? Is that what this is called?
I would say
Depends on your definition.
maybe a cleansing?
He definitely cocks an eyebrow at that.
Yeah, it's like, that might sound a little bit too barbaric, but
Let's just say a journey.
yeah. We've dealt with some questionable forces, I guess. And we're looking for some knowledge on it.
You coming to a priest of August, I assume it has something to do with Frankfurt then.
With who? Sorry, I'm not one of ones that is very knowledgeable in the religious studies.
I take it isn't Rackford then. Well, that scales things back a bit at least. Rackford is basically the worst enemy of the Church of August. Rackford, the Mad Tyrant, his domain is fire as well. So he's what's called the cleansing fire, which is essentially a fire that encompasses all and consumes all. He had this mad view of cleansing the world and remaking it in his image. And while August is known as the creation fire, where he believes in fire as a tool for the people and creating things that benefit the people, crafting the world into a better place and not destroying it and restarting from the ashes.
Interesting.
And this being the same circle as the Swarm Weaver.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
So connection.
I don't mean to be blunt, but I assume you wear that holy symbol out of more formality and not much in the studies of religion, I take it.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a recent development.
Yeah, we all find it in our own time. Better late than never. That's quite a, to be blunt, a can of worms, though. But yes, there's... all religions are permitted in the known Dianta Valley. Obviously, there's a lot more stronger influence in certain areas, like for the dwarves, August is their main most common deity. Cordell's pretty popular in some circles as well. For the Ozimar, and he points to Maddie, Luster's one of the nearly only religions there. All are pretty well accepted. Pretty much all deities that fall on the side of good or just kind of neutrality side usually are accepted everywhere, but there is 7 in particular that are known to be the one known universally amongst all the people as the not accepted religions. They fall more into the terms of cults.
And what would all them? We have 2 names so far. We have the Swarm Weaver, the Rack.
Yeah,
The
Rackford.
others.
Rackford is the Mad Tyrant. Rackford the Mad Tyrant, his domain is Wrath and Fire. There is, there's the one known as the Deep One, which is the Spirit of Envy and Water. Not a ton is known about him. He's more something that is dealt with on the coastline. It's said to be a being deep below, cursed to never be able to walk the land, but hates everything that is allowed to live in the sunlight. And there's the Frozen Woman, the Lady Snow. Supposed to be a being of lust and loneliness. Not a lot is known about her. It's mostly surrounded in rumors about her. But she's just not one worth looking into is the best way I can put it. But most even consider her a rumor, but there's too many correlating stories that have come over time of people traveling the mountains or getting lost in frozen waste that have counted her followers to the warrant that she is a real thing. Apparently some of her most common followers are frost giants, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they're some of the few people that could actually survive being her follower.
And this is just kind of a shot in the dark, and this is also going to be a strange question. And mind you, I'm mostly just asking for the pursuit of knowledge. But
I'd say so. I haven't even got to the Swarm Weaver yet.
yeah. But where would... I guess... I know you said the mountains, but is there a specific area in the mountains where the frost giants, I guess, roam to worship her? So we avoid that area, of course.
That is definitely something I would not know. It's more rumor, and there's not really a ton of tundra-like area around here. Most of the cold area is the mountains, so that's why I said that.
So stay away from the mountains in general.
Well, the dwarven area is safe, but there there is some places toward the northern mountainside, closer to Elven territory. It's pretty dangerous. Apparently, there's some tundras on the other side of the mountain that are pretty rough areas in general.
So back towards the Elven territory then.
Yeah, up north.
Mm-hmm.
All the mountains to our immediate east are mostly pretty safe, since it's, the mountains mostly populated by dwarves and humans.
That's good to know.
So something I wouldn't really worry about. Like I said, the only reason she's really known is some random bits of cult activity here and there, and the occasional correlating story that leads to her. And there,
On that note, have you noticed an increase in cult activity following these gods, I guess?
not in our town, no.
In general, past
It must be blunt. Stonehaven's a pretty cut-off town in comparison to the rest of the world. Pretty much every person here is a follower of August. Well, except Norman. He's a weirdo, though. To be blunt, I personally like him, but he's a strange one.
I guess, what's Norman's story? Do you know?
Hey, sorry, Trey, you cut out a bit there. What'd you say?
I said, speaking of which, I guess, what's old Norman's story, if you know?
All I know is... Wait, what does that have to do with the Forbidden Set?
Oh no, we just met him a little bit ago, and you know, everyone seems to see him as different.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot are really into the whole book smarts thing around here, except for learning how to read in blueprints and schematics. Nothing too crazy. He's just from pretty big family of scholars that are mostly known to stay up in the mountains. He just wanted more, so came down here. Sticks to himself mostly. Came down. His parents came down here when he was younger. They passed on a bit ago, so it's just been him in that house. He doesn't really go outside or have company over much, so house fallen into a bit of disrepair. He said to collect weird various things and try and trade with travelers to come through a lot, but other than that, not a whole lot about him. He just comes through here, tries to gather what knowledge he can from passers-by or the locals, and just himself mostly.
I wonder why he doesn't create a library. I know this town's not much for book smarts, but it would probably help him get out more.
Well, he has one. I mean, I'll say he's cluttered little rat, but he knows where everything is. Like, yeah, I've asked him for a book before, and he brought it right to me.
Fair, but I would also think of something more of space in town for him, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he likes people enough to go through that hassle. Also, he's very peculiar about his books. I hear he screamed at a kid in the street for dog-earing one of his pages one time.
Well, maybe the kid deserved it.
I mean, I would never dog-ear one of my pages, but
Exactly,
I'd
it's
have
weird,
a little
right?
more tact than that. Oh yeah, it's horrible. Who would do that?
Exactly. So he's doing this town a service.
I love how personally attacked all of us were from that.
But yeah, I was just curious about him.
Should I get back to talking about the Forbidden Seven? Still got 3 more to go.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah.
No, 4 more actually. Then there's the Weaver himself, sometimes known as the Swarm Weaver. Being a gluttony in insects, he's a strange, disgusting one. Don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest. And there's Rama the Beast. His domain's apparently Pride and Beast. Not a whole lot's known about him. Apparently, some of the tribes that fought in the previous war worship him a lot. I think he's pretty popular around the lycanthrope groups in particular. Overall, like I said, not a lot's known about him. Because I should clarify, when they're forbidden, they try and keep as much knowledge as they can about them away. Like, in my studies, I've just come across them in passing texts and stuff. A little bit of it's trying to keep knowledge away from people out of fear that people out of search of power will try and get a hold of them. It's more they kind of give us priests just enough to know the signs of one to kind of act more as a countermeasure. So
That's all we're looking for.
okay. Then there's Bucerus the Eyeless. Apparently he's his domain's dreams and sloth. And finally, there's known as Jefferson the Cloaked. His domain's thievery and greed.
Okay, so we've dealt with a cult of the Weaver, right? Oh yeah. I think there's something else, but I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, I guess what would a normal countermeasure be?
Be blunt, honestly, what he said, yes, usually just destroy all kind of effigies or symbols of said cult. Arrest those that perpetrated it, depending on how heinous their deeds were, possibly execution. Others, it's the hopeful reform them and teach them not to partake in human sacrifice or whatever weird crap they do. Which not all of the Forbidden Seven's known for human sacrifice, to be blunt, to be precise.
Also, you mentioned, that your god, patron of fire as well, right?
Yes, fire creation
Okay.
and the forge.
So, just shot in the dark, how many deities also revolve around fire besides the Wrath God?
As far as I know, just the two of them.
How would you worship your deity?
Through acts of creation, to be perfectly honest. August is one that just wants people to craft and work hard and to work for the betterment of people, whether it's through simply building a structure for the people, or creating a new thing that just betters the life of our entire race. Like, say, if I built an aqueduct for the town, that will be considered a service to him, and just he just appreciates and gives blessing to things created in his name.
Huh? Do you guys have any questions?
Something I can. Maddie?
No, that's pretty well explained.
Also, I guess, would you happen to know any, like local myths or anything like that? I know it's not exactly religious.
Myths, huh? Well, there's a myth about the water that comes out of that mine. They say the mine water itself is supposed to be the best tasting water in all the plain, which I'm sure there's plenty of people that will claim that about their local springs and such. It's the best thing I can think of. There's a old legend of the miner and his wife, where there was a mine foreman that was a workaholic who always put first the betterment of the mine to create this town. There was his wife who was supportive of him, but she was always sad that she couldn't be there more for him. So she prayed to Daka for a way for him to always be taken care of while he's working in the mine when she can't be there. And that day he broke through a wall in the mine, and the spring came through. So a lot of people consider the spring a blessing from the nature goddess.
So no one knows exactly where that spring is from. Like the actual source.
No one's followed it all the way. There's a saying around here that it's always smart to dig deep in a mine, but no, not to dig too deep.
Also, yeah, and also going towards water might not be the best idea.
That as well. Yeah, people were just taking it at face value and accepting it. The wine it's made from, it's really good wine. I'm not going to criticize that. And what I've known of Daka, it wouldn't surprise me she gave something like that, a blessing like that to someone.
So you wouldn't know anything about, some strange, like a crow sighting.
I mean, crows will show up here occasionally. They're not too uncommon of a bird.
Not exactly talking about a bird. More of the entity, the crow. Bad omens kind of thing.
I feel like I've heard what you're talking about before, but must say I haven't heard too much about it. Outside of just stories used to scare children. If we're talking about the same being that shifts into different animals and eats children.
Yeah, that
Misbehaving children, to be exact.
sounds pretty close.
Yeah. Probably.
It's an old bedtime story around here that if kids don't do all their chores and pray, and do their work and give prayer to August every night, all their fires will go cold and the animals will come for them.
So,
Just spitballing here. Could the animal we've encountered here potentially be just an agent of these dark gods? Their wrath incarnate in a way?
Well, I'm not going to say that's beyond the realm of possibility, because it's definitely not unheard of the deities to, I guess, take an avatar is the best way to put it. And not even an avatar, sometimes they'll choose a champion for them. Since there's only so much limited power the great spirits have on this plane. Generally, they like to use their followers to do things for them, and in return, they give them what power they can or some blessings they can. And there's definitely some that have earned their favor more than others that they've tended to give their power to. In particular, the cults are known to have their champions as well, so I'm not going to say it's not beyond the realm of possibility, but I wouldn't be sure. Well, perhaps I gotta make sure I'm pronouncing my own name right. I should have spaced out the words in my own pronunciation guide for these. For Remora, I guess some shapeshifter wouldn't be beyond his realm possibility, since he's had lycanthrope followers before. But I haven't heard anything about that being a champion of her. No.
Yes, another thing. Have there been any, Wrath God cults around here? I'm sure this town would hear it, of course.
Yeah. Fortunately, about 10 years ago, we were actually ambushed by a group of them. We were able to fight them off, but that was something that happened where a bunch of them came into town as travelers. They set fire to a few buildings, and there was a battle in the streets between the people of the town and the cultists.
Sounds like not fun times.
Yeah, it was rough. There wasn't really a champion of it there, but as a blessing, he sent a fire elemental to be an assistant to him. And I assume they had one summoned either way. Either that or just had a skilled warlock with him. I'm not sure. It was a rough battle, but between me, the blacksmith, and a few other the guards and a few other people in town, we were able to fight him off. Luckily, a town as skilled as ours are used to handling fire, you know.
So, about the crow, it looked directly at my sister and I.
Did she?
Yes.
And Paladin, I'm not quite sure what that means. I hate to tell you, I wish I had an answer. But, to me, how I look at things like that whenever I feel like there's something put in my path to try and ruin my holy quest, or trying to be a test of fate, or an obstacle put in my way, it just means I'm on the right path. There's a lot of evil things in this world. It's our duty to bring light. If you're a follower of Luster, you're someone who brings a lot of light into the world. So,
Yes.
an evil creature like that would definitely hate someone like you. I'm not sure if those are the words you wanted to hear or not. I apologize.
No, just a lot of questions left unanswered.
Well, I'll answer everything I can, but I'm sorry. I'm a small town priest who hasn't traveled the world like you, brave adventurers.
That's fine.
How did you know he was not human?
Process of elimination. She's a follower of Luster.
So, it's rare for humans to follow Luster.
Not rare, but as strange as she was acting, I must be blunt, I assumed she wasn't human.
More foresight than most people that we run into.
I try and be insightful. But I didn't mean no offense by it, just... her kingdom is full of humans and Osmar, so it was honestly a coin toss. She was either a strange human or a strange Osmar.
Oh,
Her light features hinted at Osmar.
So we're just dumb, is what I'm catching on from this. None of us caught on to it.
to be fair, we also didn't ask.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, good.
you're pretty insightful when it comes to people, as you said. We're kind of curious about the fellow that showed up before us, the one in all red.
There's someone in all red who came through here?
So you didn't see them.
I mean, I haven't really got out much, known to my injuries and all, and being a priest, I'm usually here tending to the town folk.
This was before the mining incident.
Oh yeah, it was. I got my own thing backwards, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't him slipping up, that was me slipping up.
Oh, okay.
I don't want I don't want to get I'll admit I'm wrong. I don't want to get suspicious of this guy.
He's a cultist. Let's ransack.
He's just like, I was more than likely I was tending to the people of this town and just didn't get outside to see him. Did we have a strange fellow pass through here recently?
Yes. He was also wearing a pendant of fire. I believe is what the description was.
And a fire. He instantly just kind of leans forward, seriously. What'd it look like?
It did not look like a forge.
Gaudy. Golden.
Golden? No, man. Golden, it's probably not a symbol of a Rackford. Usually his are crude and iron.
But what about the fire plane?
I know a lot. I know a decent bit about a Rackford. I'm pretty sure his home plane is the fire plane, but I don't know much about the fire plane itself.
I know this is also weird, but your mine isn't the first rift that's appeared recently.
Oh.
We have, as Norman would say, we have a hypothesis that we ran into a rift on the way here. So, I'm wondering if this person came from a rift from another area. I know this is also a very huge speculation, especially someone I haven't seen before. But he showed up right before the mining incident.
Would be worth looking into at the least, but I must say I don't really know much about him. I apologize.
That's fine. You were doing your duties. I think we've had all our questions answered as best as we can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be here for a while with anything else.
But you have been a great help to us.
Silent.
Hello?
Sleep.
Hello?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay, so we just can't hear Charles.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Okay, yeah, I went out for a second.
Mhm.
But Mag, did you hear what I said?
No.
I don't think any of us did.
Okay. Okay, well, he's like, well, if there's anything else I can help you with, let me know. Maddie in particular, I think I heard you said you had some unanswered questions you'd like answered.
It's more like what I've asked you mixed in with that.
Yeah, I see. Well, I apologize I couldn't be more help, but that's about all the information I have at hand. Unless there's something else in particular you can think of asking.
I mean, you've also been a more help than you realize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it.
We appreciate you actually talking.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. It was good meeting all of you. I wish all of you a safe journey. I knew I forgot to mention, my name's Brother Alvin, if you need anything.
Brother Alvin. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Well, to be exact, my title's Master, but called Brother by most of the people in town, so this is my original name. But ever since, High Priest and Faith of August are known as Master.
Oh. I guess sort of like going up from journeyman, artisan kind of stuff up to master.
That is the best way to put it. While I definitely consider the blacksmith that you have met, he's definitely the most skilled in town. I'm a fairly skilled tradesman myself.
How long do you...
And obviously for you
Continue.
for you to reach this point in faith, you have to be very skilled.
How long do you expect your town? How long do you expect supplies to reach your town?
Well, I'm hoping at least a week or so from now. So I'm assuming they'll be on their way soon.
Yeah.
Since they sent wire run to be sent to us. Just yeah.
Hopefully everything goes well. And well, you guys had a messenger skill here, but I know your town
Norman's
probably
been
has
making
some...
Norman's been making a stronger case for it than ever lately, and honestly, I wouldn't mind it myself.
Yeah,
Whose
because
decision was it to open a second brewery?
I think that was Mayor Quimby, actually.
See, that's part of y'all's problem. Y'all need to hold a new election, get rid of the drunkard, and get someone that's actually willing to help your
It's I feel like as a priest I should not comment on that statement, but wish all of you a safe journey and have a good day.
yeah. All we're saying is the only reason we came by is because of the supply cart that was missing back in Lucaville.
Yes, and I still thank August that the fact you did come.
Yeah, but we almost didn't come this way, so I'm kind of fearful of what the state of your town would have been in if we didn't. It would be best if you guys did get a messenger's guild eventually. This world is getting crazier.
I just agreed with you that it'd be a good idea. I don't know why you're trying to convince me this like I'm not.
Oh no, I'm giving
Like, surely
you...
hammer the point.
Yeah, I'm giving you ammunition to help spread the word.
I see. Well, I appreciate it either way.
I guess are we done here?
I guess.
Yeah.
Before we insult him much. We've actually done good this time.
Yeah.
You walked away from NPC, and the NPC still has their self-esteem intact.
Yeah.
He didn't cross us.
So you leave. You go outside the temple, and where would you like to go next?
Do we have anywhere that we want to go next?
Maddie, Amarok, y'all got anything y'all want to do?
Since I already got my armor, there really isn't.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford more armor either.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, we got more.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think that's a pretty good wrapping up point for an evening.
Alright.